Welcome back. You know, every day thousands of people are released from prison and arrive in Nashville. They come here with nothing more than the shirts on their backs and maybe a few dollars in their hands. They have no job prospects, nowhere to live, and no future. Project Return is an organization that works with them to help them find employment, return to our community, and begin their new life after incarceration. Here to tell us more is Bettie Kirkland, who's the executive director of Project Return. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Tawanda.
It's so nice to know that these folks who are just looking for a second chance has a place like Project Return that they can turn to. Talk a little about the organization and its mission.
Sure. We exist solely to serve the folks who are coming back to our community from prison. That's our expertise and that's our focus. And of course, they are coming back in multitudes. There are maybe 13 to 14,000 in Tennessee who will get out of prison this year. And many of them, thousands, will come to Nashville. So it's very important. And as you know, incarceration is an outsized issue for us here in the United States. Yes. We have 5% of the world's population, but 25% of the world's prison population. Tennessee is 9th in the nation for incarceration. Wow. And over the past 10 years, grew our numbers of imprisonment by nearly 12%. So it's really a national issue, a statewide issue, and then here locally we have 4 state prisons, 1 minimum security federal facility, and several jails. So we are really in the hotbed and really focused on that work.
And as we know, when these people come out, a lot of times I said at the top of the show, they don't know how they're going to be accepted. Are they going to find a job? Are they going to be able to find housing? You work with them even before they step out the door.
We do. We're in some jail or prison every day. We go really to connect with people, to let them see us, to let them know that we are here. Because when they get out, it's their choice. They choose to come to Project Return, and we want to earn that choice, that first step across our threshold. Right. When they do that, we are ready to kick in with all kinds of services and special things that they need that we can provide. Everything from food and transportation and so forth to the biggie, which is employment. Exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the services you provide these folks when they get out of prison. One of the first things that I just know from people who've done this, when they get out, it's really hard to find a job with a record. And we do not want to see a lot of those folks going back in because they have to turn to illegal means because they can't find, you know, any way to support family or themselves otherwise. What are some of the programs that you provide these folks when they come out?
Yeah, you are so right. When you think about it, we all need an economy for ourselves. And when folks come to us, that's what they're looking for. They know that's how they can leave prison behind. And so it's really then just making sure that they're not excluded from all these opportunities that we have in Nashville. But at the very beginning, they typically won't have an ID, and so we make sure they get an ID right away, and we get their birth certificate from whatever state or whatever country. Like, we really go after that.
Those are the types of things I don't think we think about.
And it's not expensive necessarily, any one of these things, but any one of these things, if you don't have it, it can be fatal to your success. Right. We are feeding meals every day in our office, thanks to many partners that we have. We send them home with food bags. We make sure they have bus passes. So all of those basics, clothing, sometimes they just have the clothes that they're wearing. And so really making sure that they have all of those things. And if they don't already have a bed in a shelter or a halfway house, we partner with those great organizations and connect them with those shelter opportunities. So really, in the early days, just covering basic needs that all of us need, all to the point of getting them ready for work. And literally, someone can come in, get out of prison on a Thursday, come to Project Return on a Friday, and be employed the following Friday.
Oh, wow.
And so the urgency, we often use the quote, the fierce urgency of now, but it really is that urgent need to start earning money, gaining stability, and letting the other things sort of fall into place as they're needed.
Wonderful. Well, we've got more questions for you, Bettie, and we want to learn more about Project Return, and we will right after this break. Stay with us.